I wouldn't go that far.
He just, I could tell he wasn't feeling it
God.
because he was quick to take them mess. He was like, man, all right, move on.
All right, Thor 1.
First one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thor 1, Isaac.
I'd watch it again.
You would.
I
JR.
would.
JR, Thor.
Meh. I like the argument between Thor and Odin that made Odin cast him out. It was hilarious to me.
All right, Jimmy, Thor.
Throw that shit in the trash fucking can. That's what you do. You take that shit and you put that shit in the trash can and you set the trash can on fire and then you take the fire trash can and you roll that shit out into the ocean and then you just blow the whole fucking planet up. You know why? Trash. That shit's trash. I would never curse my eyes with visual processing from that movie again. I don't want to see the frame of that shit. I don't want to see the flashback to that shit.
With the curses.
Oh my god.
Dude. Thor.
Best of all time.
Best of all time. Whoa.
Hey, look, hold on. I'm kicking myself out the group.
But I would watch it again. Not best of all time, I'm joking, but I'd watch it again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I wasn't left alone there.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I mean, that most of these movies I saw, as soon as I could. So like opening night, and yeah, I like the opening action scene. I like the destroyer being in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like Loki being Loki. I remember that scene where the Warriors 3 and Lady Sif step in and they're asking him to end Thor's banishment, and how surprised they were at how cold-hearted he was. And yeah, I liked it. I'd watch it again.
Okay. It is in. I'd watch it again. Doctor Strange, because I watch it again too. I'm not gonna lie, it's not trash.
Why the fuck did you say you live? I know where you live, Paul.
I know where I live too.
You like this?
I know where I live
I would hope
so. Doctor Strange. I personally put Doctor Strange in the best, no question. That's just me. Me personally, it was a great movie. Great first one. That's just me. JR.
I would all
You will who?
the best. Huh?
What'd you say?
I said that I would say as well the best, no question.
Oh, okay. I always knew you had taste. Isaac.
Yeah. Best, no question. Mostly because I went to see this movie in fucking 3D and I had a fucking acid trip. That shit. I couldn't. I have not seen a movie in 3D since.
Yeah, I took my dad to see this one in 3D and he was like, my dad's like 70, 71. And he was like, "What, boy?" When that part right there, when he got sent to the astral plane and going through all those dimensions, he was like, "My eyes hurt at that point."
I couldn't hear him say it.
He had to take the glasses off at that point, man.
Yep.
I just, I get it, Pops, I get it. Jimmy.
Omega tier. My favorite Marvel movie, hands down.
Really?
Favorite.
Okay.
My favorite.
Oh, well, I know I'm trying to go a little bit faster, but elaborate on this. Why is this your favorite movie out of all 23?
Because actually, I was a huge Doctor Strange fan. Like before.
Oh, you and the other two people on the planet. You and the other two people on the planet.
Huge, because he was like literally like one of the Omega tier like heroes. Like, he can destroy the world, save the whole universe, whatever. But the way they introduced him wasn't bad. The only one bad thing I can say about the whole movie was the the what is it, whitewashing that they
with the ancient one, with the ancient one.
They was a little. That was a little controversial, but I didn't really care because the movie was still actually really fucking good. So, I was cool with it. Maybe I could have been Asian and I would have felt different.
I always call Doctor Strange Iron Man with magic. That's what I always call it. Iron Man 1 with magic. Iron Man 1 with Doom.
I'd watch it again.
Okay, why?
I can't think of any way it could be better than it was. But there were a couple of the moments in Black Panther, Endgame, and the first Avengers that I think kind of put them above everything else. So since Doctor Strange didn't have any of those moments, and I can't complain about any of it, I definitely watch it again.
He didn't even become the Sorcerer Supreme at the end of the movie, man. It was like the ultimate. I mean, I'm a sucker for underdogs too. It was the ultimate underdog. He went in and took that and snowed one of the strongest beings so far they've seen in Marvel and Dormammu and put him in a time loop.
That was a stretch, don't you think?
I mean, he couldn't beat him straight up.
Yeah, he couldn't beat him straight up. He wasn't even, and
all he could do was trap.
Yeah, he trapped him in a time loop, and that man Dormammu was like, "The fuck is going on?" After the third time, and he kept dying. Doctor Strange he got the highest death count of everybody. He died like 14 million times, man.
Yeah,
he beat Krillin. He beat everybody.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean,
all that.
Think about it this way: Dormammu has like no concept of time in that dimension, so
and he still got annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, he has no idea what he was dealing with. He didn't know. He was like scared of this unknown. He was like, "Let me out! What are you doing?"
Granted, I know Dormammu in comics, in his realm, that man's ridiculously strong. In this movie, he was in his realm, so I don't know. And I don't know if he was that strong. I don't even know if he could have got out the time loop, because later down the road we find out that the stone was his Agamotto was a stone. But like, I don't know if he would have got out of the stone thing. But look, man, Dormammu, I mean, they're still gonna make him a big deal later down the road. And then, I mean, we are getting probably arguably one of the most powerful Doctor Strange villains in Shimogorath. Man, if they do not I'm gonna take you for a ride. If they do not,
I'm hoping for it.
If they do not,
it'd be funny though.
If anything, they might just say the word.
If they even say it, if they just say it, if they just say it, then it'll be the best movie in life.
Absolutely.
If Dormammu comes back with like a watch and he's like, "Ha! I could beat your time with mine."
I liked it a lot, though. I mean, I think casting matters, and I've been a big fan of Benedict Cumberbatch because I watched his Sherlock Holmes on Netflix. So, and he plays a really, it's kind of like when you heard Robert Downey Jr. was playing Iron Man. When you heard Benedict Cumberbatch was playing Doctor Strange, he's going to kill it. So, casting matters too. So it's definitely up there.
He is Doctor Strange. I'll just say that.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Iron Man, the first one. Doom.
Best, no question. That is my favorite Marvel film, is the first Iron Man.
Really? Out of all 23?
Absolutely. Out of all 23.
Elaborate, please, sir.
I mean, in my opinion, and I know this is going to be a hot take, but if we didn't get that movie, we wouldn't have... Comic book movies wouldn't be what they are today.
I argue against that, because before Iron Man, we did get X-Men,
Yeah,
X-Men.
Yeah,
And then he
I
went
got
down.
a reason for that.
Okay,
I got a reason for feeling that way. I got a reason for feeling that way. Let me tell you why I feel that way. It's because we did get that. We had Batman movies as well that were good and they were popular. But I remember going to work when Iron Man came out, and my son had just been born, so I wasn't going to a midnight showing of it. But my boss, you know, like a 60-year-old white lady who went to the midnight showing with a group of her friends the night before. You know, and that's when it kind of hit me that these movies have kind of crossed over. Because I don't think if Robert Downey Jr. I think if it had been another actor, an actor that wasn't as charming, that wasn't as charismatic, I don't think that we would have gotten a mainstream audience like we did. Because like you all were saying about Black Panther, nobody knew who Iron Man was in 2007 if you didn't read comic books. Nobody knew his name was Tony Stark. I mean, outside of him wearing armor and flying around, nobody could tell you anything about it. And then in the first scene, you know, this reporter comes up to him with all the smoke, and he talks a woman into sleeping with him. And then he's making a nuclear arms deal. And he's making a nuclear arms deal. He's got his friend waiting on him at the plane. He shows up, and he's like, man, you know, you're late. He's like, well, waiting on you now. He's got a stripper pole right in his plane. This, I mean, wow. Probably the best casting of a comic book character, I'd say, would be Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. Up there would be Patrick Stewart as Professor X, but man, I couldn't believe this movie was that good, considering Iron Man wasn't he was kind of unpopular in the comic community at the time because of Civil War.
Yeah,
you know,
so he was.
It was,
and then Dark Reign, and he
don't even get me mad. You know how I go off tangent.
He was.
Yeah, and then the with the jets, you know, when he was flying with the jets, and then the emotion behind the movie, right? Because he got to see what his life's work was creating there. He got to see how it was being exploited, and you know, we got to see him change. We got to see him grow as a person, and wow, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it that movie was just that good. So that's my favorite Marvel movie of all time. You know, and then at the end, you know, they gave me my favorite actor in it a little bit too. They gave me a little Samuel L. Jackson. So I'm happy with that being my favorite Marvel movie.
All right. Jimmy, I already asked you, right? Okay.
No.
Did
you ask me?
Yeah, I ask you? No. Okay. Iron Man.
You
Jimmy.
You know what? You didn't ask me.
Jimmy, Iron Man.
Because I didn't tell you. It's trash.
What?
No, I'm just playing. Y'all. Just playing. I would watch it again. I don't know about the best by far. I feel what y'all saying. It paved the way for a lot of things, and it changed a lot. And I feel you on that. I feel you on all those things. But just as a film, especially thinking about all the 29 movies that came after it, and how literally like 20 of them are exactly the same fucking movie. I'll watch it again, but it's almost a mess. They almost overdid it with the exact formula that they created in this movie. Only thing that saved it is it was the first one to use the, hey, let's make a hero, and then the bad guy's gonna be the same as the hero. Who would have ever thought?
It's true. Yeah, he fought somebody with a bigger set of armor on. Yeah, it's kind of lazy.
I mean, they did that at least 10, 15 times, man.
Oh man, yeah, but that scene where he was in the garage
building the armor.
He was talking trash to his little robot. He was like, if you spray me again, I swear to God, I'm going to strip you down. I'm going to sell you for parts. And then at the end, when, you know, he was getting ready to die, his heart picked up the case and gave it to him when he was getting ready to pass out, man. I really liked it. the Iron Man one. I can respect that though. Almost being the meh.
It almost did it. Now,
Yeah, I feel you.
It was the original, so I let it have it.
Yeah.
For me, I feel how Doom is. It's no question the best one. It's in my it was my number 2 without my number 1 at one point, and then Captain America happened. But it like Iron Man it is the best in my opinion. Like it still holds up to this day too. Out of all the 23 movies and everything, yeah, sure the formula and yeah, sure the villain wasn't all that great. Still would have went with the living laser. I have an affinity for the living laser. Shoot me, but yeah, man, like I don't know, and I the one thing I really hate about the movie though is how they tease us with War Machine, how Terrence Howard looks at the armor and said, because I saw this movie 3 times in theaters, 3 times.
Jeez.
And Terrence Howard looks at it, and every time I had saw it, the theater was like, "Oh, come on, man!" When he says "next time," every time I had saw it, everybody was like, "Oh, come on!" Even I was like that. God damn it! I knew it was coming, but damn it. So yeah, I mean that's like my only like big flaw, but like everything Doom had said, echoing, like it's a near perfect Marvel movie to me. And yeah, I would say no question, the best. Isaac.
Yeah, I have to go with best, no question. I can't even really add to what y'all said. I just agree.
JR.
This is the best. I remember seeing this in theaters. Like, it was just a magical moment. It was a magical movie for me.
See, even the baby liked it. See,
baby
even liked it.
Every time he puts on the armor, I'm like, I get so excited. Like,
yeah, the scene where he got shot out of the sky, fell in that
gets shot
crater,
out of the sky, and then he pulls out like the tank missile, and then just shoots at the tank, and then he just walks away and explodes.
Yep.
I'm like,
yeah, and they zoom when he gets out the crater, like he was pissed. Like they zoom on until the thing, like it's just
yeah.
All right, moving right along. Avengers: Age of Ultron, trash. I don't even want to say anything. It's just I was very disappointed. Not gonna lie, I was disappointed. I mean, I liked. There's parts in it was great and everything, but like it just, to me, it felt cluttered, and they did my boy Ultron wrong. They really did him wrong. He was not Ultron. That's just me. It's trash to me. It's trash to me. JR.
I would put it as I'd watch it. Like, I know that they did Ultron wrong. Like, compared to the comics, he doesn't act the way he should. But I liked the one that we got. I like the Ultron that we got. I like James Spader. Like he
was charismatic.
Yeah, he was charismatic as hell.
It was just Tony Stark as a robot.
Who was made by Tony Stark.
And Hope.
It makes
sense. He was made by Tony Stark.
And Hope.
Yeah.
And Hope.
Yeah, but Tony is like the more egotistical one, so of course he would like imprint himself more on his work than Hulk would do. So it would make sense.
Such a disappointment. Okay, all right. Isaac.
I'd watch it again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would you want to explain yourself?
Because I get this was the one movie when I found out they were doing an Ultron movie. I went and read a bunch of Ultron comics, so I completely understand what you're saying, Walt. That being said, Ultron was fucking cool in this movie. Like
Thank
The
you.
fact that he quotes Pinocchio was terrifying. It made Pinocchio terrifying to me.
He said it so fast in the movie though. In the trailers, it was cool. Yeah, how they was making it go out.
You're
But
right.
in the movie, there's no strings on me no more, and then it just falls apart. Like it just, there was no feeling behind that or in the movie.
Yeah, you're right. And
And then he
now that
sings
I'm
the
thinking
song
about it,
in one part.
I'm sitting here looking at my walls. I have Avengers stuff, but I have 2 posters for Age of Ultron. So that tells you something. Plus, that movie gave me one of my favorite scenes in the whole MCU. The party scene where they're trying to pick up Thor's hammer off the table is fucking good. I love watching them just hang out.
The best scene is when Pietro dies. All right. Jimmy.
Pietro.
Jimmy.
You mean Ralph Boner?
Age of Ultron.
Jimmy, Age of Ultron.
Okay. You know, I always had a thing for the Olsen twins, and she's not a twin, but she's one of them. So we'll take. I love watching. Okay, so we definitely will watch it again. Would I say best? No question. Fuck no. Yeah, we'll watch it again.
Doom.
I'd watch it again. Blacklist is one of my 5 favorite shows of all time, so I'm a pretty big James Spader fan. I think he was good in The Office. A couple of episodes I saw him in too. He's pretty funny. And I agree with you. But you know, Ultron is one of those characters that you really can't have a character like him in a movie and have him be an accurate representation. I mean, it'd be hard to, because it'd be hard to justify the Avengers winning then.
They could have did somebody else. There's so many other Avengers. They could have put Doom. This could have been Doom's movie right here. They could have put Doom.
Yeah, but at the time, it
Don't
wouldn't
you even
work.
think of putting Ultron in the same?
I'm not.
atmosphere?
I'm not.
losing my mind here. Are you serious?
They could have put Doom. They could have used Doom. They could have used
Negative.
Doom.
Negative,
But not at
negative,
the time.
Negative.
They
Doctor
couldn't use
Doom.
him.
Don't even. You're breaking my heart, Jim.
I'm sorry. Man. I'm sorry.
You think that Avengers team would have beat Doctor Doom?
No.
That Avengers team?
No.
Hell no.
Okay.
I mean, that's when you get the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four could have been what not Black Widow, but Scarlet Witch and Pietro was. The Fantastic Four could have been into this one. That's when you get the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Well, I'm hoping that we get something good with them now, so I'm happy that they weren't in that. But yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
I don't even know what to say.
I'm not.
I'm like, man, just compared Ultron to Doom. My goodness. Okay, let me hold on a second. All right, I'm back.
Guardians of the Galaxy Doom.
I'd watch it again. I didn't want to see it. I'll be honest, I didn't want to see it. My son made me go see it because he liked the commercial and he liked the trailer and he liked Groot. And that was not one we went and saw opening night. But when he called that dude a Ninja Turtle, and then John Malkovich, when he was like, "Who are you?" and he was like, "Star-Lord." Who? Oh my goodness! That kind of let me know that these movies could be good if they were comedy based as well. Because I don't know a lot about the Guardians of the Galaxy, and
I did.
It made me more interested in the characters. I'm not gonna lie and say I picked up any of their comics and read them after that. I was pretty hyped in what was it? In Secret Wars, the little part that Star-Lord and Groot had in that. I was like, man, Star-Lord's got some stuff up his sleeve now. Don't be messing with Star-Lord like that because of the movies. I figured that he was crafty. So I definitely watched it again. I like the fact that it changed my opinion about it because when I saw the trailer, there's no way And, you know, come the night of, my son's getting dressed like that. We're going to the movies, right? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to the movies, you know, because he knows, you know. So it was like, yeah, a couple days later, I think, you know, he's seen the trailer. And so, yeah, I definitely watch it again. You know, and then we got Thanos for the first time in that too, so.
Yeah.
And was that a Celestial? Was that a Celestial we saw too, right?
Yeah, and Nowhere. That's what Nowhere is.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to agree with you too, because I felt the same way. When my sisters are the ones that drove me to this, I saw it opening night, and all the trailers. I saw the first 2 trailers. I was just like, I'm not interested. I was like, okay, this is where, out of all the slate, I was like, the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is where y'all lose me. This is not going to work. There is no damn way. I knew about Ant-Man too before that happened. I was like, Ant-Man can work. Guardians of the Galaxy, no. And then when I see Guardians of the Galaxy, and I saw it wasn't the original team, and then I just was like, oh man, this is just the Breakfast Club, but with superheroes. Okay, all right, man, I get this. This is cool.
And you know,
so I'd watch it again.
It's got Zoe Saldana in it too now.
Yeah, she can get it. You right.
Yeah.
No matter what color her skin is, she can get it.
So, you know, we're gonna put that in. We're gonna put that in. I'd watch again for sure.
Blue, orange, green.
We know, man. You don't care about colors, man. You don't see colors.
All right, you right, Jimmy. Guardians
or species.
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy #1. We got. You know what? I agree with y'all. I didn't want to see this movie either. I didn't even know who the fuck a Guardian of the Galaxy was. I was pleasantly surprised though to find that I enjoyed them. I like the whole nostalgia, how they be trying to get you with this nostalgia feels. They want you to be like, oh yeah, this is a time period movie, even though it's really not. But yeah, I like it. I'll watch it again. I wouldn't say best, no question, but the damn show was better than I thought it would. Why there's nothing in this trash selection though? I think something should be in the trash by now.
There's a couple of
movies. Don't worry, we'll get there.
There's a couple. There's a couple.
One thing I see. Oh well, I see two.
There's a couple of movies that already got put up here that should be in trash, in my opinion. But you know, whatever.
America's supposed to be in the trash. I agree. I totally agree.
Isaac, Guardians.
I watch it again because it's literally what all 3 of you have said so far. I saw the trailer for this movie and I was like, is that a fucking talking tree and a raccoon? This movie's gonna crash and burn. This is where Marvel dies. And then I went to see it and I was like, oh, that was not bad. I actually enjoyed that. So yeah, I'll watch it again.
All right. JR?
I would also put it in. I'd watch it again. And it was the same for me. Like, I did hear in passing what like the Guardians of the Galaxy were. I sorta knew what they were, but I had like no prior knowledge other than like the name. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is different. Let's see if it works or not." And it worked. For like I loved a lot of stuff in that movie, especially the songs. I love the song. Like I got most of them in my Spotify right now.
All right, JR, Civil War, Captain America 3.
Oh, Civil War. Best, no question.
Okay, hold that thought. Isaac.
Yeah, best no question.
Okay, you hold that thought too. Jimmy.
What's up with Civil War?
Yeah.
Civil War. You know what? Only because the first one was so trash, I would say that Civil War actually has to fall into the best. No, because it actually brought me in to the whole Captain America. I didn't even really like Captain America like that, but Civil War had me like, oh, okay, this is like you say, it's a little spies, little espionage type of shit going on.
Civil War is the third one.
I was into it.
Avengers 2.1.
I'm with it.
So,
oh yeah, this is the Avengers one.
Yeah, this is this is Captain America 3, but
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man first.
Spider-Man. Okay, yeah, Spider-Man.
Where you putting this?
Spider-Man in it.
I get that. Where are you putting this?
I can't even put it in the meh, no matter what I want to
do. Best or I watch it again?
I mean, Spider-Man in it, but he ain't really in it. So it ain't nowhere near the
best. So I watch it again, basically.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to watch it.
Oh my god,
Jimmy. Oh my god. Doom.
The best, no question.
Okay, all y'all who said best, no question, please. All right, Doom, you can elaborate first. You're the guest. Go ahead and tell us why. Tell us why. I want to hear it.
Okay. Now, that movie represents why I watch movies in the theater still instead of just, Amazon Fire Stick and stuff and whatnot. Let me tell you why. Because that scene where Tony Stark realizes that it was the Winter Soldier that killed his parents when Zemo brings up that image and it's like that's that road and Tony Stark, what is this? He says he tells Cap and he tells Winter Soldier, I know this road. What is this? And then it unfolds in front of him. You could hear a pin drop in the theater and everybody's heart broke at one time because they knew exactly what was happening. So that right there is one of those moments that I was talking about from like Black Panther, the first Avengers Endgame. That's like a moment that kind of puts it above everything else, aside from the fact that I like the rest of the story. Now there was one part that I didn't like. I didn't like that all them Winter Soldiers were killed before they even showed up to fight. Yeah. That didn't make no sense. You don't have something so formidable in the story, and then we don't get to see it in action. All right, I like the Black Panther making his entrance into the MCU. Like I said, everybody was getting washed by the Winter Soldier until he showed up, and then the Winter Soldier's running from this guy. And you've got you've got that classic fight scene at the airport where Giant Man goes giant for the first time, and then who was it? Was it Rhodey that was like, does anybody have any powers that we don't know about?
Yeah.
And then and then the scene, another one of those moments that just hits you, that just tugs at the heartstrings, was when War Machine was pursuing Falcon. And I think Vision was upset because Wanda was hurt, so he tried to shoot Falcon, and he ended up hitting War Machine. And then War Machine fell down, and immediately Anthony Mackie stopped trying to run away, and he went down to try to save him. Immediately, like he just, I know I'm a criminal, I know what the plan is. He immediately gave up all that and went down there. And I think that was like a really, to me, that tells you a lot about his character. That tells you a lot about why Steve would give him the shield. And of course, Tony showed a lot of emotion there when he just
he pushed him out the way.
He just blasted him. So
yeah, but that's his best. I mean, Rhodey is his best friend. Like he's almost his only friend for a good moment.
Yeah.
So like that's understandable. That is understandable. But all right, Isaac Jr. Isaac.
But wait, you forget the best line in the movie when he told Captain America, "I thought we were friends." See?
Oh God. my heart.
I mean, Winter Soldier and Captain America did hood stomp for Iron Man. I'm just saying, but
They jumped that poor man.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
Captain America was like, he's my friend. And Tony was like, so was I.
They beat the shit out of each other.
Isaac, why is this best? No question.
For a multitude of reasons, because number one, it's done by the Russo brothers, and anything they touch is gold. Jeez. Well, like, you know, Black Panther's entrance was dope, but my mind always comes back to this moment, and again, like Doom was saying, this going to see this movie in theaters is a reason I love going to see movies, and like the audience participation during this, because I think I went to see it opening night with JR, and like, yeah, I think my family went too, and we were watching it, and I remember specifically this part where you know, Bucky was getting chased by Black Panther, both of them on foot. Cap had to jump inside of a car, so that proves they were already too fast. But the moment Bucky grabbed the bike, you remember the dude that was riding up on a motorcycle?
Yeah.
And he grabs the bike from him, spins it around, gets on it, and rides away within a second. I remember the sound it made in the theater. Because he grabs it, you know, all the sound dropped out, and everybody in the theater was like, everybody took like a deep breath in. They were like, oh, that was cool. And then the whole, you know, the fight scene at the airport. But definitely the highlight of the movie was when the word Queens popped up on the screen, and I knew my boy was getting ready to show up. And I saw people in front of us, they started to like slap each other. I know I hit JR a couple times while I was watching it. I practically did a backflip when Ant-Man turned Giant Man. And then at the end of the movie, when they did the whole like Spider-Man will return, I didn't know, mind you, I didn't know the people that were sitting in front of me. But when it said Spider-Man will return, we all got up, everybody was cheering. The person that was sitting in front of me turned around and looked at me, and I hugged that person, and they hugged back. And I was like, it felt like we won the Super Bowl. It was so good. It was wonderful. I swear to God, I don't even know that person's name to this day, but I hugged them, and it was great because we both love Spider-Man, and it was a nice time. That's why I put it in the top category.
All right, JR, you do your quick 2 cents, because we've been talking for about 2.5 hours, going on 3.
I just want to
just say something real quick.
I just want to talk. The ending, like fight between Tony and Steve was like the most emotional thing of that whole movie, because I knew before on that that in the comics that Steve ends up dying, like he gets assassinated.
Yeah,
that was like the end of the original Civil War. That's how it kind of ends. And
Civil War ended before that because he gives up. He turns himself in. Then the next thing happens, and then Captain America gets sniped by not
okay,
Black Widow.
But either way. Either way, I had the mentality thinking that Steve
wasn't it
was
Skull
gonna
and
die.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be.
No.
And when that whole scene happened with Iron Man figuring out that Winter Soldier was the one who killed his parents, and then they started fighting, I was immediately crying. Not because of how heartbreaking the whole circumstance was, but because I thought that it dawned on me, thinking that, oh, Captain America is not going to get killed by an assassin, or like he's going to get killed by his own best friend. And I'm like, oh, that would have been truly heartbreaking. But luckily it didn't end the way that I thought it was going to be. And I'm still I'm happy about that.
Okay.
But yeah,
I mean, we forgot about the whole thing Zemo thing, and with T'Challa, he had the story arc in there too. He let
that's true.
you know, but yeah, that's cool. All right. Captain Marvel. I ain't seen it, so I can't really put 2 cents on it. The things I've
Put
heard
in the trash.
things I heard about it is trash.
It's trash. Yeah.
Don't be
Doom,
like that, man.
Doom, Captain Marvel.
Trash.
God damn.
And
Marvel was trash. It was trash.
Jimmy?
It was trash.
Jimmy.
God damn. Why y'all gotta be like that, man? See, now watch how I pull this card. I'm finna pull the Fast and Furious card. Check this
Oh
out.
god.
I went to see Captain Marvel with Sheeta.
You did?
Yeah. And we had a wonderful time, man. Look, dead for real. Everybody that was in the theater, including us, we actually enjoyed Captain Marvel. Like, seriously. There was a couple of cringy ass moments. I'm not gonna make it seem like it was just top tier at all. It was definitely a meh. But we enjoyed it.
Damn it, man.
So it's mostly
Yeah.
because of the company.
For family.
Damn
for family
it,
shit.
man. Damn it, man. I mean, you still outvoted. There was 3 trash,
All I
but
want is
damn it, man.
family.
Damn it, man. For those who don't know, she is my sister. Damn it, man. It can't be trash for me then. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it, but it can't be trash. But
It was some cringy moments, especially the third act, the big third act. You know how the big third act be. Big third act is
yeah.
hard to watch.
Alright, Ant-Man, it was meh for me. Jimmy?
Ant-Man, I watch it. You know I like the comedy.
Isaac?
Just the lightning
I watch
around,
it,
y'all.
JR?
I'd watch it again.
Doom?
Good comedic heist movie.
I'd watch it again. Good comedy and excellent special effects.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Yes, all those.
Alright. Okay, we got 4 left.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Easy.
All right.
You want me to tell you? I can make it easy for you. I go first.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
We got two that's the best, no question, and we got 2 that's all the way trash, no trash can.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, Jimmy.
Y'all
Spider-Man.
know which one's which.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Best, no question.
Okay. Isaac.
I watch it again. No,
respect
that's no
you.
question. I take it back.
I was about to say I was really good.
I just remembered something that happened in the movie that makes it best no question.
Yeah. You remember when Peter got caught by the vulture, and you was like, "Damn."
No, I remember the part where he came up to the house and opened the door, and there was the vulture standing right there, and I was like,
He was
"Oh
like,
my god,
"Damn."
no!"
Yeah. That was a huge shock.
JR.
That's no question.
Doom.
I'd watch it again.
I am interested in why.
I knew he was gonna question it.
I was gonna fight it, but I couldn't.
Thought it was a pretty good beginning for a Spider-Man story.
Pretty good.
Yeah, because it dealt with him being a high school student and a superhero really well, but I didn't like the Vulture all that much. I like Michael Keaton, but Norman Osborn is one of my top 10 favorite comic villains.
Okay.
I think Spider-Man has him and Batman. I think have the best rogues gallery in all of comics, and I would have liked for a better villain than Vulture. That's why I wouldn't put it in the best no question. But I mean, that's one of the things with Spider-Man, right? Like, you're okay when he's not Spider-Man, when he's Peter Parker. You like him being Peter Parker as well, and they got that right in this movie. Action scenes were great, and he seemed appropriately stressed to me as Spider-Man is, you know, which is hard
It's
to
always
pull
about
off,
that
you know.
stress level.
You know, because Tobey Maguire really didn't seem to be all that stressed. Like, maybe it's just his face. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do a good stress face, but
And,
you know, this dude.
He sounds laid back. Most of
Alright,
he's so
Yeah.
soft spoken.
alright. So I'm gonna probably go for just a minute, real quick. Everybody who knows me, especially everybody who's been listening to this channel for the longest time, knows that Spider-Man is number one, my favorite hero. Spider-Man Homecoming is my favorite Marvel movie, no question. I dressed up as Spider-Man to go see this movie, and the second one. I saw these on opening night.
Wow.
This movie, I've been waiting for the longest time. It's just as how Batman is. I'll say it here. I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I hate the Nolan trilogies. That's not Batman to me. The best Batman, I mean, if you want to go live action, is Michael Keaton. And but the best Batman movie in general in theaters is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. That's Batman. But for me, Spider-Man, like, they almost got it right, almost in both of those incarnations. Toby, he was a great Peter Parker, terrible Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2, still to this day, best Spider-Man of his trilogy. Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man.
Incredible.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, he was a great Spider-Man. Too handsome, too cocky as Peter Parker. He was not Peter Parker. He was some other guy named Parker. He was not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel Parker.
Yeah, he was Joel. But this man here, this kid came out of nowhere, and he's British. He gave us a Queen's accent. He is a great Peter Parker. He's a great Spider-Man. When I saw this movie, I was like, this is Spider-Man right here. This is Spider-Man. I get Uncle Ben Iron Man. I get a lot of people don't like that part right there. I like how they did Vulture. They made Vulture cool. Like, Vulture was one of his lame villains, like almost to the tier of like Shocker. He was.
I'm an old ass guy that can fly.
But they made Vulture. They made him menacing and cool. Like, he was a very respectable, and relatable.
Yeah.
He was a very respectable, and that scene in the car when he's driving them to the prom, scene.
He pulls up a
His
glass.
face
He pulls
when
up
he
a glass.
realizes that Spider-Man.
Yeah, when he asked those questions and it hit him, he figured it out.
You can see it.
And when
his face, like,
when he let his daughter go and told Peter to wait and talk to him face to face, you saw the fear. Like, no move. I was worried for that man. I was worried.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Then he put a strap on the key.
Yeah, and Homecoming. What? Even though I hate the title, Homecoming, it was earned as a homecoming for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for that Spider-Man, for Spider-Man in general. Like, I was so hyped for this movie. I've seen this movie 3 times in theaters, and 4 times at a matinee, or once at a matinee. So I guess I've seen it 4 times in theaters. All 3 times I saw it in theaters, I was dressed as Spider-Man, and I own it, and all that other jazz. This was the best Marvel movie, just for me personally, the best, hands down. They got Spider-Man right. They got my boy right in this. That's why it is best, no question, for me anyway. But yeah, I'll get off my.
You should put that shit over there. You should put that shit over there. The best, no question. Like, yep.
I mean, we was outvoted.
Yeah.
I would have had some qualms if it wasn't. But
look,
you know,
look,
I
don't care.
Iron Man 3.
All I'm saying is, if Captain Marvel in the trash, it's on me, right?
Yeah,
I don't even
Iron
care
Man
if it's on
3.
me. I'm going anyway.
Iron Man 3.
It's trash. It's trash.
Iron Man
It's trash,
3.
and this shit better stay in the trash. Next, who the next person?
Isaac.
Which one are we talking about?
Iron Man 3.
Trash.
Iron Man 3.
I don't like that pause.
Yeah, he paused too long in the
Look,
trash.
it's literally in between the bottom two. So it's my least favorite Iron Man movie. You know what? It's trash because it's my least
There we
favorite
go.
Marvel movie.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
JR.
Next.
I would say.
Man, these pauses are killing me, man.
I know, right? What they got to think about?
No,
Like,
I just
do
feel
I
like
want a
it's too
hefty
mean to
bag?
call this trash. I feel like
Plus,
it's just too mean to call this.
I had to go to the hospital after that movie. I had a fucking seizure afterwards. Almost died that night.
Remember that? Oh my god.
So I don't have good memories about this movie.
JR, what is it?
That I would understand.
JR, what is it?
I would say meh. Because there's some good scenes that I like.
Where? Tell me one thing. I have
You
questions.
get one thing,
Army.
JR. You get one thing.
The army of Iron Man that fights all of the extremist soldiers. That was the one thing that I liked.
That's fair.
Yeah, that I can give that a meh. That one scene gets a meh.
Doom.
I give
Other
it a
than
meh.
that, the whole
You give it a meh? You give it a meh?
Yeah, I like two scenes a lot in it, and like the one scene where everybody was falling out of the plane, and he was remote controlling the armor, and he saved everybody. I like that, and
then he got hit by a car.
And the scene where and then the scene where he goes to Home Depot because he doesn't have his armor, it's not charged, and he gets all the gear and he hops over the fence and he's got all these weapons that he's just thrown together from Home Depot, and he's taking out all these armed guards. I thought that was a pretty cool scene, but yeah, so I give it a meh for that. It was kind of weird,
Also,
you know. It came out in the summertime, and it was a Christmas movie. And then
that's Guy Ritchie.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's true.
That was the Guy Ritchie thing. The next movie also retconned Iron Man 3, so there's that.
And there was
Man, it's trash,
also
too.
like,
so
I like that it depicted Tony having PTSD after the whole New
that's
York
true.
thing, because it's stuff like that could shake you. They could really mess with you.
all right, so we got 2 mess, 2 trash, and I will break the tie. I'm gonna put it in meh because I've got to be honest, Jimmy. This is another one of those my guilty pleasure movies. This for me, is I watch it again. But
What?
dog, I don't know. I like 2. I like 3. I really did. I really did. I mean, we don't really have too much time to go delve into this, but maybe one day we'll do a thing on Iron Man 3. But
We gonna have to.
I like Iron Man 3, man. I don't know what to tell you, man.
What do you like about it? Hold on, I need one for you too. What the hell is it that you like so much?
Look, I like one fact. I like that he wasn't in the armor. Like, we saw Tony Stark, not Iron Man. I like that,
Okay.
and I like that whole
what he's capable of.
yeah, without the armor. Like, most of all the movies you've seen him in the armor, this was his Bruce Wayne moment right here. We saw what Bruce Wayne could do. Well, we saw what Tony Stark could do without the armor. So like, I really like that, especially the part when with the kid too, with the kid and everything. I really like that, man. Like, I don't know. And it's a Guy Ritchie film. I mean, I'm a sucker for Guy Ritchie.
Is it really a Guy Ritchie film?
Yeah, I think it's Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie. But that's why it's in Christmas. Is I think that's why it's during Christmas. Like, all Guy Ritchie films are Christmas for some reason. I'm pretty sure.
Snatch Christmas?
Which one?
Snatch wasn't Christmas.
Oh, no, it wasn't Christmas. That wasn't.
All the films except his best film.
But yeah, man, I got a soft spot for Iron Man.
No, it was Shane Black.
Oh, it's Shane Black. Okay, that's the guy. Guy Ritchie and Shane Black is the ones I get mixed up. Shane Black is Christmas. That's guy. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, he does do all his movies in Christmas. You're right. Shane Black does every one of them.
All right. All right. Well, anyway, I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thor: The Dark World.
Trash. Oh, damn. It wasn't even on me. It wasn't even on me.
Doom.
Trash. Trash. That's a goddamn dumpster fire.
Isaac.
Meh.
JR.
Meh.
Hey, hang on. Hey, didn't Malekith get beat by Thor's mom in that one?
You're right.
Rene Russo whipping the main baddie's ass, just whipping his ass.
She beat that ass hard, man.
All right, Jimmy.
Man, she was doing her little moves and shit. Dude couldn't keep up.
Y'all know that shit trash.
Asgard.
I know that movie trash, man. We don't even need to talk about this movie.
It is trash. Last but not least, I ain't even seen it, and I know it's trash. Last but not least, the second Spider-Man movie, the first movie after Endgame. I will put this at, like, look, it has my favorite this has my favorite Spider-Man villain of all time in this movie, Mysterio. I love Mysterio with a passion. He's the best. He is the first Spider-Man villain. Look, I give credit to Norman Osborn, but he's the first Spider-Man villain that broke into different dimensions. No Spider-Man villain could did that except for Mysterio. He did it by accident. He didn't know what he was doing, but he went to another dimension. He went to another dimension. My boy Mysterio. Fishbowl head. He's the best. With that being said, I put it in I'd watch again. Isaac.
Yeah, I'd watch it again. Even though I'm not happy with it.
I am Mysterio. JR. JR.
I'd watch it again.
Oh, okay. Did anybody else hear him?
No.
Okay.
You didn't hear me?
No. Doom.
Oh yeah, I'd watch it again. I like Mysterio a lot. And Jake Gyllenhaal's a great actor. I wanted him to play Lex Luthor, but nobody asked my opinion about it. But he played a great Mysterio, and you know, this movie actually, man, because what would Mysterio's abilities look like? What would they be like? And if you read the comics, it really doesn't make sense until, like, you know, you don't even always understand how he does what he does. Most of the time you don't, right? Because you know, the main story that comes to mind is, of course, you know, probably his crowning achievement is Old Man Logan, when he made Logan kill all the X-Men. Wow. So it's like, you know,
don't sleep on my boy Mysterio.
Yeah, I mean, he was a solid.
Or Pace Pot Pete.
I'd have preferred him in part 1, but we didn't get that. So I definitely
don't sleep on Pace Pot Pete. Jimmy.
Okay, I know I'm the last one to go. Am I last? Don't matter.
You
All
are.
right, let's check this out. I hated they did turn my boy Spider-Man into Iron Man.
Yeah, that's why I'd put it and watch again, just mainly because of Spider-Man.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I don't like the Iron Man Jr. aspect of it.
But
They really
it did
pressured
have
him
that
into
night
it.
monkey though.
Night monkey.
Alright. I'm trying to think. Is it meh? Or would I watch it again? I haven't watched it again.
You watch it again.
I haven't watched it again.
If we did a watch party right now, you watch it.
I'm going to bed.
Honestly,
I think I would watch it again, but that might be my last time watching.
Wow.
It doesn't matter. It's going in. I'll watch it again. All right, we finally got through all 23 Marvel movies.
what an ordeal.
That was a long one. I commend whoever. I commend if you made it all the way down here. We probably will cut this up in parts.
I promise you, you better put this in like some parts.
We will cut this up in parts probably. But for the podcast people, the non-video people listening to it, thank you for listening. Doom, you want to tell the people what you do, or if you got anything upcoming or whatnot?
Yeah, I make Let's Play YouTube videos, and I'm gonna start adding some lore videos and some tutorials here soon. I got an issue. I'm taking my computer in to get it fixed tomorrow because it's dropping frames, so I can't record. But I like to just hang out and talk trash and play video games and record it pretty much. And so that's kind of all we do. And you know, I get into character. You know, I'm a pretty easygoing, humble guy, but I try to turn up the attitude a lot and you know, embrace a false ego and have a little fun with it. You know, when we're playing. So pretty much all we do over there right now. You know, probably more to come in the future, but for right now, we just play some games, and you know, Shin's on there on my Ghost of Tsushima videos. Because you know, I was thinking, Shin, I don't know if there's any channels out that have as many of those videos out as we've done.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause we did a lot of Ghost videos. So that I just started playing Overwatch on there with my son. He laughs at me a lot because I don't know the game at all, and he's pretty good at it. So he's teaching me how to play that. And I did some Miles Morales, some Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah, I saw those.
Well.
Yeah, I saw
and
those.
I've got to figure that. I got to finish that up because I've got some more I got planned for that too. Just got to figure out different ways to edit it and stuff like that. But you know, it's a new channel and it's small, so it's growing, and I'm constantly trying to change things and tinker with stuff. So yeah.
Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate you. You're more than welcome to come in any of these talks that we do. More than welcome, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, and as we always say, show your attitude, you wonderful, beautiful nerd.